How did you connect with an insider on Facebook? Did you find them or did they find you?
They found us. They found us about a year ago. They just reached out to us. They had decided to take a camera into the organization and film. And it's rather heroic what this person did. So they reached out to us. They sent us the documents. It took us a while to corroborate those documents and track down the engineers who wrote them. But pretty extraordinary work done by this insider.
Well, congratulations to you and to them. I tell you, whistleblowers in the past were usually in government, but companies like Facebook are as large as many governments and in a lot of ways have more power over our lives. I'd like to show a few clips, and by the way, to our viewers, and you know James O'Keefe, he's the founder of Project Veritas. He's got the full video, which I recommend you find on his website. But here's a few clips. James, this first clip is about deboosting, which I think is a made-up word. It's, I guess, supposed to sound more positive than what it really means, which is censoring or restricting. Let's watch this quick clip, and then I'd love you to explain it to us. Take a look about deboosting.
All right.
And where did you see this deboost language when you were present in the Facebook facility? Where did you see this appear, on whose pages?
I would see it appear on several different conservative pages. Mm-hmm. I first noticed it with an account that I can't remember, but I remember once I started looking at it, I also saw it on Mike Cernovich's page, saw it on Steven Crowder's page, as well as the Daily Caller's page.
Did you check pages of people who are not conservative to see what it said?
Yes. At first I was wondering whether this is something that I had, a couple working theories. I was like, maybe this is an independent versus mainstream thing. Maybe independent figures on the left are experiencing the same kind of deboosting, but I didn't see that. I looked at the Young Turks page. I looked at Colin Kaepernick's page. None of them had received the same deboost comment on their account.
So, James, tell us what happens when some anonymous person at Facebook decides to deboost your page. What happens?
So basically, this deboosting terminology was invented by this guy named Danny Ben David at Facebook. And basically it just takes off the notifications. It takes the deboost away from the video. When you're live streaming on Facebook, your video gets boosted. It's a live video. It shows up on people's timelines with more frequency. So this engineer describes this Danny Ben David engineer who wrote this code, calling it deboosting. It's very similar to the word shadow ban. These are the sort of words that describe the activities where they demote they downrank your content. They demote it. They take it off your timeline. They make it so that it's harder to see the video. But what's interesting about the deboosting and what makes it so bad is that you don't know that it's occurring. Facebook has a very sophisticated and policing mechanism, whereas if they do take your post down, Ezra, you can appeal it. And there are people who allow you for it to go back up. But with the deboosting, you don't know that your videos are being deboosted, and that's what's so nefarious about it.
We heard from your source there that they do it for right-wing commentary and pundits. There's no reason why a secret tactic like this wouldn't be used against actual political leaders like Donald Trump, just to pick the obvious. I mean, once you have a secret protocol called deboosting, I mean, that's the point. It's in secret. They could be deboosting candidates in the heat of an election. Am I right?
Right. And they did it to Mike Cernovich, the Daily Caller, and Steven Crowder, according to our insider. She looked at other pages that were of the left, and this was not occurring. But just the fact that it is occurring is of concern. It's an automatically generated piece of computer code that converts these live stream videos, and like the one we're having right now. I don't know if this is live streamed on Facebook, but it's converted into text, and machine learning goes through and it identifies the words that I'm using. And if I use certain sorts of words, it deboosts the posts, takes away notifications, doesn't show up in other people's timelines. According to the engineer in the video, he's describing how this is done, and it limits a video's visibility in news feeds. So it's very troubling, and I think that's what's nefarious, is that Facebook bills itself as the public town square. People say, well, it's just a private company. Well, not when if you're not given a platform in these companies, you don't actually have a right to speak. It's the way people communicate with each other.
Yeah.
So this whole argument, it's a private company. I mean, in many ways, it's replaced the power of freedom of speech.
Right.
It's become more powerful than all the media companies combined, all three branches of government, because all of the media companies and the government communicates their messages through Facebook and Google.
Yeah.
So if you censor people without them knowing, that's the thing that really bugs me. And that's why this insider felt compelled to come forward, because she felt that the company was doing this and not being transparent about it.
That's an excerpt from the Ezra Levant show. Every day I do a video monologue, and then I interview an interesting guest, and then I end by reading my hate mail. But you've got to subscribe to it, which you can do at therebel.media/shows.